It doesn't matter if you there. You work there. I've been trying to be calm with y'all for 2 whole weeks. Y'all been playing around.
I'm building out my fleet of trucks. And to get the next one, I decided that I would take the lease purchase route. Now, I know this is not highly suggested. A lot of horror stories, but I'm optimistic, and all things considered for me, I think this is the best option. Out the gate, things did start off rocky. I flew out to Chicago for orientation. After signing a bunch of paperwork, I went into the office with the manager to pick out my truck. Before I got out there, a recruiter did send me a list of trucks, and I narrowed it down to 3. None of those trucks were available. So I went with a 2025 Kenworth T680. Once I got on the road, things were smooth. They kept the truck moving, so that's all you could ask for. But after getting a couple settlements, I realized that this wasn't going to work for me. The truck payment was just too high, and I couldn't see myself dealing with that for 4 years. I went ahead and put in my 2 weeks notice. Before my 2 weeks was up, I needed to take the truck in so they could take a look at the AP unit. With plenty of time to spare with my load, I figured I'd stop at the dealership and let them take a look at it. What I thought would take maybe a day at most turned into 2 weeks. I was stuck in Wichita, Kansas, at a cheap hotel, eating a low-budget breakfast, nearby fast food, and snacks from a gas station next door. While I was waiting, the company decided that they would have somebody come pick up my load. So the only thing left to do once the truck got fixed was to bring it back to Chicago. So I jumped on the road. Needing more fuel to get there, I stopped and tried to use the company card. It was saying it was inactive. So I called the company to let them know. Now, I heard a lot of stories about companies tending to do this when you decide to leave, but they acted like they didn't know what was wrong with it. Instead, they gave me a code for an EFS check. They told me to only take out $50. I told them 125 is what I needed to make it back to Chicago. The max that they said I could do was 100. So I put that 100 in there and jumped back on the road. I ran out of fuel. Just 20 miles from the yard, I figured I'd call them, thinking that they would just send somebody to get some fuel because they claim somebody is always at the yard 24/7. Instead, they called roadside assistance. They told me it would be an hour or less. After waiting for 2.5 hours, I was fed up. I decided that I was just going to bring the keys to the yard and let them deal with it. But when I got to the yard, nobody was there. So I had to drop the keys in a box. Now, I'm not sharing this to discourage anybody from doing this. I'm just giving y'all my experience. Honestly, I'm going to try this again with another company. So I'll keep y'all updated on that once I start. Subscribe, like, share, comment, and y'all take it easy.